Hello, welcome to Line War. Today we've got Valithor versus Animorph. Valithor has started here, he's crossed the water here, he's gone for 2 navy yards to begin with and a couple of barracks. Whereas Animorph has started right next to him practically. They must have started away enough to avoid the blacklisting, but they did end up blacklisted on this island here. Animorph has gone for 2 airfields. To begin with, he has access to an energy well when he needs it. I'm assuming he's going to go for strikers, and he's got a factory there. And after that, he's just going to continue expanding this island. This is a strange map, so we've got one island here, which they both wanted at the beginning. We've got this top island here, which Valithor is currently on. He's hiding his units as far away as he can. And we've got this island over here, which has an trade route really close together. You could have started like this. And it goes down, and then the rest of the map is mostly islands, but there's a lot of energy around this section of the map. That's very interesting indeed. One side's economy, the other side's energy. On Valithor's side, let's have a look. So he's going to circle around this map and capture all the territory. But he certainly has enough navy yards to be able to produce a fast amount of units. And if he goes missile ships, he might be able to avoid those these air units that Valithor's going for. But obviously he doesn't know that. He's just trying to capture more land at this point in the game. He's going to cross the island over here, which could give him a good economy boost later in this game if he decides to take that path. Animorph looks like he's going straight for an invasion. He's getting boats ready and barracks right here. He's got his factory there. They're going to strike going across to this section of the map soon, I believe. And Valithor is trying to push and retreat with these units. But he did get a bit of a scout off. He can see the airfields now because of that move. So he can pretty much see exactly what Valithor's planning, and Valithor doesn't know Animorph's planning, and Animorph doesn't know what Valithor's doing. He has one striker on each airfield. And normally you wouldn't want to reveal them, which is why I wouldn't use them. So right now, because they've been scouted, I would start using them straight away. Especially while your energy is scarce at this point in the game, until you get a new one. He is, by the looks of it. He's sending them out. He's going to check out what's on this part of the island to make sure that Valithor isn't in that area. And if he is, he can start attacking them. So he can see some units there already. Which I assume Valithor did because he needed to. No, he just got there naturally anyway, but he would have probably wanted to put a defense force here anyway in case they start crossing the water. He has started producing missile boats only so far. These look like more missile boats. So they're going to cut across over here and try and stop anything from being produced from this navy yard at all. We've also got some energy over here, but this is kind of right in the eyesight of the strikers. So those strikers could quite easily take that out. It looks like Valithor's just focused on trying to take this island, trying to have good vision over it. And later on we'll probably try and go for the eco. Got his missile ships going in now, and Animorph is almost undefended. He's got one being built. He might be able to take out the transport. However, I think this missile ship will be enough to defend with time and the strikers. It won't be too much of a problem for Animorph to defend against. But to be fair, it looks like Animorph has forgotten about his energy. That's something he's going to need to start building. Looks like he's got one coming up now, so that should cover him for a little while. And Animorph's next target probably should be this. He's got a foothold on Valithor's island now. And Valithor lost his grip on this territory here by the looks of it. What else is anyone planning on doing? I think they're still just trying to claim their islands. Make sure they've got a secure point there, and as soon as this is done, I'm sure these strikers are going to be back on the move. Bringing some units up to defend it. I think he's worried about commandos dropping on top of it. Because that would be a good way to expand on this map, and the usual way people take. And you've got to remember that Animorph hasn't really explored Valithor's base yet, so he doesn't know what's going on there. And it looks like Animorph is going to try and take over some land over here for extra eco. While he still can, but still needs this to start up to be able to do that. And we have barracks being set up on this piece of land here. Right on Valithor's doorstep. But Valithor has a plan too. And he's going to try and take over the bottom of Animorph's base. While Animorph has no vision there. I don't think he can see the ocean there at all. Oh, he can. He can spot this. And he's intercepting here. He's set up a command really far away. I think those strikers might actually reach there in time. A lot of people mispredict this and they put it too close, me included. I reckon the boat's going to be about here when those strikers get there. We'll have to find out. No, it's a bit further away, so even I misjudged it then, but he's going to kill one of them. Definitely kill one of them. There we go, that went down on the first practical hit there. Now, Animorph does still have some structure, some units down there, so he can still defend this. He's found the energy well there. He could probably hit that with the strikers, which I'm sure he saw that earlier, but I think he's going to try and hit that with the infantry units. So we have a lot of strikers already in this game right now from Animorph. And Valithor has seen them a few times, and I don't see that many SAM units. He's got a few, but he might need to focus on anti-air a bit more in this game. I know he's got mostly missile ships. I think that's what he plans to use for defense, but they're going to take a little longer to get round and into these sort of places that he's going to need to be at. And Valithor's going for some air units for himself in a different direction. I heard a commando then. Yep, these guys are coming out as commandos here, so he's got some stealth tactics in mind. What about Animorph's units going this way? So he's got one man over here so far trying to take over an entire island. Bit of a castaway over there. So I get the feeling that Animorph here has a lot of firepower with these SAM units, but he doesn't want to try and take this on, go round, or anything like that, because he might be worried about these SAM units that are there to defend. And I think he's not willing to risk his strikers trying to take out that energy supply. However, if he were to do so, that is Valithor's only air supply, and it would ground energy supply, and it would stop these units from moving. It might have been a possibility to attack. Obviously, Animorph doesn't exactly know Valithor's situation. We've got the missile ships taking on the infantry on the ground here. Animorph's grouped his units up here to try and defend this area rather than pushing them forward. There is only 2 units there, so he should be fine. But there is more coming in from the forest and mountains. Doesn't know how many is there. He's got an artillery pretending to be a plane on the airfield. So he's just sat there ready to take off. And I think Animorph's biding his time because he knows that he's got control over most of this map as well, so he's got the advantage here. He can control everything that goes on this side of the map, and I think it might be just as valuable as this side when it comes to territory alone, but think the economy on the right-hand side of the map is definitely more valuable in the long run. Those strikers are going to try and take out all of these all at once. With the inclusion of SAM and missile ships and a cruiser there, this army is going to get torn up by everything at this point, which will give the strikers pretty much free reign over Valithor's base. Valithor has retreated and he's trying to get away as fast as he can. Animorph's leaving his air units there. He might end up losing this section here because these are a lot of commandos in the area, so we can't even see how many units are there. He's called back this command so that they can start on this command here. So they're going to go back, they're going to come back in here and start taking on the units that are there. And at this point, those missile ships won't be able to come into the section to assist them in any way. Valithor tried to push through again, but he has been spotted, and Animorph is going to take those two stray ships out. And unfortunately, Animorph has lost his ground here. But the strikers will be able to clear up that area, and he might be able to build something there again. Now, Valithor might be able to take over a lot of this island soon. So, and I've just noticed the commandos did drop in over here, like I said earlier that he was worried about. And he took out the storage, which was a lot of energy. But will he take out this energy supply as well? But one commando left, it's just going in there. The strikers come out and blew him up, so no. So that energy well survives. Let's have a look at their economy then. So we've got 570 for Animorph. Valithor, I think he's got more, so 668. There we go, and Valithor has reclaimed this island. There we go. He's taken back control over his main island. He has control over this island, which is going to give him a lot of economy, even in just land. There is more territory to claim on that land than there is on these 4 little islands over here. And it looks like we're going for a big swarm of strikers over here from Valithor. So, Valithor can see these two airfields, and Animorph is pretty much focused on this island here. He can't get access to this island yet because he's focused mostly on here, and I think Valithor is going to do a massive surprise attack by air later on. He just needs to make sure he's got the energy to supply that attack, which he is preparing right now. As you saw then with the placement of that energy well. And when these have sufficient amount, he is going to be able to overwhelm Animorph without Animorph realizing what's going to hit him soon. Valithor just needs to hold out on this island here and stop Animorph from invading, but also have the ability to invade later as well. There you go, those commandos are sneaking up on those artillery. They couldn't see them in time, so they couldn't get the extra damage out. There you go, the artillery get overwhelmed by the commandos. These infantry will also have the same issue. And this single boat is just not producing or not transporting enough units there to get them into that position. But the strikers will clear up those commandos. So this is going to be a bit of a back and forth territory claim here. Have a look at his expansion so far. So he's managed to do that. He is trying to claim that territory back. He has no idea what's going on this island here yet. But there is something going on here. Have a look. Valithor. Yeah, he's got some commandos coming in through there by boat. There we go. It wasn't dropped in by plane over here, I don't think, because he hasn't got any... There we go, we've got the jets coming in now. I've just spotted this being damaged here, so... have a quick look over there. Yeah, we've got a commander that snuck through. He's going to take out that energy supply just when Valithor needs it as well. So these strikers are going to come in. He's been hit with the energy. He's just lost this energy supply while he's doing this massive attack. And these strikers came in at just the right time. There you go. They destroyed one airfield which had the most strikers on it as well. So he's destroyed all of those strikers. That is a lot of eco to have lost there. Or value to have lost there. And if he's got the energy to do it, he could do it just again here. Might be still worth the damage output there. I mean, the commander's going to do most of the damage here. Animorph has taken his claim on this land again here. There we go, so that commander's moving around slowly. He's running around away from those SAM units, shooting while he moves. And while the SAM units are distracted and spread out, I think that's what he's planning to do with his strikers. He's going to try and take them out as they go. Not that the lines or setup actually matters too much with air units, because they end up flying over the pathway anyway, but still. Have a look at Orbnet's expanse. He is taking over this island. It looks like he's maybe forgotten about it a little. Will he get both of these airfields? I don't know. He's already taken one out earlier. He's got a lot of SAM here this time, and the strikers are off the ground. It's like a proper little dogfight going on now. So the strikers, there's 4 red strikers versus 9 or 7 or 8 blue strikers. And they were not able to destroy this airfield by the looks of things. However, he has spotted the commando down here. He's taken it out. But he's still going to send some units down there, I think, to check out that section. We've got a navy battle going on here, which for some reason I've only just noticed. The difference is that Animorph has gone for some cruisers, which might be able to sway the battle here. Those cruisers can take a lot of damage before they go down. And they can deal a lot of damage to stuff like missile ships. Which unfortunately Animorph needed at the time, because he could only build these to defend himself against the strikers that were there. He no longer needs those now. He might need to build some more cruisers to counter the cruisers that are being built here. And if I was Valithor, I'd be a bit more concerned about this army that's already on his base right now. The strikers are coming back in, though. They are going to take this out now. There's no way Animorph's going to be able to defend from that. Those strikers go down. Both buildings have gone. Don't know if that was caused by splash damage. Let me know in the comments if you think that was splash damage. I'm pretty sure it was. Unless there were just 2 sets of targets. There we go, so we've got those going on up there. We've literally got air battles, sea battles, and ground battles going on all at the same time here. I think Valithor needs to retreat over here and build up his navy fleet again. He is only fighting 2, but he's just not strong enough to take him out. He's bringing down a lot of units from this section of the map. He's going to try and push back against Animorph. But these strikers are going to come back in again, and they're going to lay waste to Animorph's base there. There we go, he's going to take out the only SAM unit that's defending that section of the map. And his strikers are just going to attack anything and everything that they can see. They are pretty much unchallenged in that area. So Animorph is losing to air units in the south. In the middle, he's just about winning with 1 cruiser left over in the sea. And in the north, he is winning on the ground. Eventually, if Animorph can do it, he's going to be able to push through and start trading bases with Valithor. But unfortunately, those strikers are going to stop the reinforcements going in this area, so Animorph's army here will slowly diminish over time. Let's have a quick look at their economy before things change again. So Animorph is on 660 and Valithor is on 800, so this area has proven beneficial to Valithor at this point in the game. Whereas Animorph, he does have this section of the map. He is trying to expand in it again. And he has unfortunately lost this area of the map. which means Valithor can start taking it back over again. And Animorph only has 2 factories being produced here. He hasn't got them produced there now. So he's got a sub-pen. He's being taken over here. And that's pretty much his only production. He's got a barracks there. Valithor has free range over this section of the map. He just doesn't know it yet. I mean, he can see a lot with those strikers, but you know what I mean. Where'd they come from? He's got 3 airstrips in the forest at his main base now, so he can get some extra range in the north. And it won't be long until he has control over this island, and he'll be able to put strikers in there too. If Animorph can't do anything about it. We've got the 1 commando down here. He's going to try and take out these 2 units. I think they're not going to be enough to detect his staff, so he's just going to happily kill them without them seeing it. There we go, we can see that Valithor is building some towns over here. And that is going to be pretty much for that trade route, I would expect. These commandos are sneaking around trying to destroy these structures before they get and build anything and before they become an issue. But Animorph is trying to build as much as he can here. And is finding that commandos are running around on his island without his permission. So he's going to have to stop them before he can do anything about it. It looks like Animorph is going to push back to these islands here and try to make up a defense in this section of the map. Before he's going to be able to try and save this island. It doesn't matter about those commandos, which is what Animorph was worried about. These strikers are going to come in and finish the job anyway. There we go, so they're taking out 2 of the production structures here. This one's about to go down. And we've got some more strikers coming in from the north. There we go, that's gone down. And the airfield is the last thing on this island that produces any units. That is now down as well. The Valithor has a nice swarm of jets here. Strikers that can pretty much take out anything. But they do cost a lot of energy to run. There we go, he's sending them back on their way. And he is still producing more because he's got the airstrips up here. He sent most of them up there to be able to produce a lot more. Now, Valithor is going to be able to take over this island after he gets enough units onto it. What is Animorph planning to do next? So he's got his sub-pen hidden over in there. He's trying to hide in the forest there, trying to get anything going in this island to take it back. And he is pretty much fixated on that island. He's not going to retreat there. He's just trying to take the territory there. He's just going to keep trying to build here and trying to take back this island, which is definitely a good idea. If you can do it without the commandos spotting you. Which they can't. They can see this territory, but they can't see through the forest. So Valithor's bringing back his commandos over here to be picked up by the transport boats to send over there. Looks like he's concerned about something being placed there, so he's trying to scout out the map, make sure Animorph doesn't do anything that Valithor doesn't know about. It's going to cost him a lot of energy for these scouts though, because you can't just send a single unit over there. They're going to stray off to try and take out this energy well with those commandos there. And now Valithor is building its own production structures in this area. Animorph has successfully started producing some units. He's got SAM units being built here. He's got infantry there. More infantry hiding in the forest here. And these submarines just patrolling the map. Checking out the bottom of the map so he can have visibility on the ground. He knows something's here. Because he can't see it, it's probably commandos. There we go, so let's have a look from Valithor. So he's in the mountains. They can't see that either. There's two energy wells right next to each other on this island. Looks like he's filling up all the slots on his airfields. They're going to be off again. He's checking in this forest here. He spotted some units in the trees. So he's assuming there's production there, I would have thought. And those strikers are not going to waste time. They're going to take him out quite quick. Have a look from Animorph's point of view. So you can see the strikers coming in now. They're going to come in through that section. They're going to join in the middle. And they're going to take him out. Unfortunately, Animorph was spotted once again. And the amount of strikers that Valithor has won't take him long to destroy anything in this forest right now. If it was possible, probably the forest itself. There we go, he's losing more structures now. He's still got these three down here though. He might still be able to defend this island. I don't think those strikers were close enough to this forest to spot everything, but he has spotted something. So, the accumulative vision from everything that was all the activity going on here has revealed the barracks in that area and the units. My next best guess would be these strikers are probably going to come into this area. There we go. So the strikers are coming into that part of the map now. Animorph has 3 structures there. He's got some structures there. But if you lose all your structures in this game, you're out. But it looks like Animorph is building all over the map right now. Those submarines are going to take out those missile ships. I don't think Valithor can see those because they're stealth too, so these are being attacked by an invisible force, and these guys are being attacked by an overwhelming force. It definitely won't take long for those strikers to clear up that area. And as he does so, these commandos are going to be taking up all this territory for themselves. There we go, so we got the last one going down now. Now let's have a look at the eco one last time. We've got 1,290 from Valithor and Animorph. Doing his best to maintain anything, but he's got 700 coming in every minute. Animorph's trying to clear up this section of the map. He knows the commanders are there, so he's sending his units in to try and take back the territory. He's got a helicopter placement there, so the helicopter comes in as soon as it's ready. Other than that, he's just got some energy supply over here. And he's going to need to try and take back this island as soon as he can. He's sending his submarines this way. He's trying to see if Valithor has a trade route set up. And if he does, he might be able to do a lot of damage with this. I can imagine this transport's probably going to go down soon. I'm wondering why it's just stood there doing nothing, to be honest. Okay, he sent his strikers over here thinking they'd just wait, but they're not. They're on the attack, and they have been spotted by these strikers anyway. And those strikers are going to take down a lot of these submarines. The submarines have no defense against strikers, as you would expect. So he's redirecting his strikers now. They're going to have to land before they can come back to this command here. But Valithor can see that they are retreating. Yep, and Animorph has decided to send them back away. You can't see this energy well, I've just noticed. I don't know if Valithor is still going to try and find those submarines with these strikers, or if he's just going to try and protect this area. Not that I think it matters too much. So, Valithor is going to push through down here now. That's his next target. He's built some airstrips in the mountains here that he can send his strikers there, and now they've got greater range, they can come down here and start taking on units and structures there. Which it looks like Animorph was successful at trying to take out these commandos down here. He's setting himself up to attack back, but not realizing those strikers are being pushed forward. So far, Animorph has one helicopter ready to defend this area with. Which unfortunately is not going to be enough against the strikers that are coming in. However, he is doing his best to try and take Valithor off guard, and he's going to send some infantry up here. Might have been better to try and take over this section of the map. Try and bring him up a bit further north, a bit more away from the vision. But nonetheless, it should be easy enough to try and figure something out to do with that. I think these strikers are going to tear up these structures before they can actually produce the SAM unit required to take out the strikers. But he is building a missile ship once again. He's going to try and use that to defend himself. And unfortunately, I think Animorph is right at the end of his game right now. Time limit is nearly up. He's about to lose his last production on this island once again. And the end of the match has been reached. Animorph has given up and will be going into the losing round of the tournament. And will be able to earn his way back later on in the game, maybe. Later on in the tournament. Whereas Valithor is moving on into the winners rounds. So I'll see you next time. There are 2 videos on screen. You can check those out too.